About 10 years ago, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwyane Wade combined their talents to create one of the most exciting teams in NBA history, the Big Three, Miami Heat.
He was looking for contact from Jermaine O'Neal, got a piece of it. Wade, a facial! Yes!
Players at LeBron, down to 5, down to 3.
Make somebody else beat you.
3 on the way. He got it!
Make somebody else beat you. Take the ball out of his hands.
The game is over.
Yes, it is.
From an offensive standpoint, it really maximizes players' ability. In transition, Wade finds James! Wrap that and put it under your Christmas tree.
Inside from the right corner for 2 dunks for Durant.
Oh, Wade, what a play!
Wow.
Oh, wow!
It'll be Wade up top. He gets a pick from Bosh. Wade turns the corner behind his back. Bosh for the lead. Got it! 5/10 left.
By Wade and Haslam, taken by Haslam. Wade ahead. Here comes Bosh with the dunk. And for the first time tonight, Miami is in the lead.
Honest right there.
And a couple of gainers there. Haslam defending Bonner. And look at Bosh bring it end to end. Oh my! Play of the game! Chris Bosh, coast to coast with an in-your-face.
He's challenged. You got to outscore the Bobcats by 5 points to win the game.
2 on the shot clock for Bosh's 3. Kaboom! 2 threes in a row. The 100.
Shot clock is down to 5. Nice fake by James. Oh, he stuffs! LeBron James puts him.
Wesley Johnson missed the 3. The shooting percentage down in the second. Wade looking for the return to LeBron.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, man. Today we are doing basically our yearly tradition of the Miami Heat Big Three, dating all the way back to 2K17. We've done this video every single year, but this year we're doing it bigger and better than ever. We got 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 legend builds on the same court to do this Miami Heat Big Three. And we have unique builds, all right? But before we get into it, drop a like, sub up if you guys are new, and make sure you stick around all the way to the end of the video. I got a few important things I want to talk to you guys about towards the end. But check out what we're running, man. We got me, of course, representing LeBron on my legend, LeBron James build. We got my boy Swag on a 2-way playmaker. Now, it doesn't really sound like a Chris Bosh build, but look at the way this build plays and tell me it's not Chris Bosh. And then my boy Frank is on his slashing playmaker, which really fits D-Wade perfectly. But first game, we got ourselves playing against a basketball gods winner. Decent little lineup they're running here. But, I mean, do we really know if you want basketball gods? There's so many glitches and mascot event glitches, all this crazy stuff people are doing. Who knows if he actually won basketball gods? But it was a decent game, so I decided to bring it to you as the first game here. D-Wade going crazy on the ISO game. But what I noticed about running this lineup in the park is it's similar to the Big Three in real life when they played together for those 4 years, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't a perfect fit. Like LeBron and D-Wade, although they're best friends and they won 2 championships together and all that, their games are very similar to an extent. They had to figure out how to play with each other. They weren't, just a perfect fit right away. They had to figure it out. D-Wade ended up taking a back seat to LeBron, and being like, the second star. But my point is, when you put like Steph, Clay, Draymond, and then you add Durant to it, it was like a perfect fit because KD could spot up and shoot. KD didn't always need the ball in his hands. KD, he's not really a playmaker. He's more of just a scorer. It just fit seamlessly. But the Big Three in Miami, it didn't fit seamlessly. Like, D-Wade is not a 3-point shooter. LeBron is not a guy that likes to play off ball. D-Wade wants to pick and roll and slash to the rim. And, you always see highlights of D-Wade splitting the double team off the pick and roll. And it's like their games didn't really fit perfect, but they made it work. And that's what we had to do out here in the park. First of all, in 2K20, you already know everyone runs locks. Like, there's play locks or pure locks on the court. We don't have that. We have me, who's on a facilitating finisher, D-Wade on a slashing playmaker, and then we got our Chris Bosh build out here, green and threes like crazy. it's not really the perfect 2K20 lineup, but listen, we were out here making it work. As you can see, we take out the basketball gods, winner, or maybe not winner. We don't really know. 21-12, first game. We're off and running. Let's keep it going. So we got the big three out here going crazy. D-Wade isoing up. He sees the quick dot over to CB for 3, and it's green. But listen, one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about that I mentioned in the beginning of the video is I do want to start streaming a little bit more for you guys, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, because if you stream a lot on YouTube, it tends to mess up your uploads in terms of the notifications going out and stuff like that. So I don't want to overdo it on YouTube. Also, I would like to start grinding a different platform, but I don't know if you guys heard, but now there's a whole bunch of copyright strikes going on Twitch for playing music. And obviously, you know, if you're just playing Park for a couple hours, you're going to want some music going on, because otherwise it gets a little stale just hearing, you know, the little, you know, background noise of the neighborhood or whatever the case may be. So I'm not really sure what platform I'm going to be streaming on, but for sure, once I decide if it's going to be YouTube, Twitch, whatever the case may be, I will let you guys know. But a lot of people have been asking for more streams, and especially, you know, when 2K21 drops, you know, I could, you know, just be streaming so you guys could see my grind to legend as opposed to only seeing it in videos, right? Once I decide if I'm going to start streaming more and which platform, I'll make sure I let you guys know in videos on YouTube here, and then also over on Twitter, Instagram. I'll make sure you guys know, and you know, that way you can come through and chill during the streams. It'll be lit. But listen, let's get back to the video. Let's get back to the Miami Heat Big Three, okay? So obviously we know they were together for 4 years. They won 2 championships, and what I find crazy is that people still kind of say that they failed. And it's like, people take for granted how hard it is to win championships. I don't care who's on your team. I don't care what collection of star players you have, what head coach you have. Winning a championship is not easy. There's so many factors. We saw it last season. Golden State had 5 or 6 Hall of Famers on one team, and they did not win a championship because injuries happen, because suspensions happen, because chemistry happens. There's so many factors that can affect the team. Last year, Golden State, you know, the injuries took place and Toronto ended up upsetting them. It happens. There's a lot of factors that go into it. It's not just who has the best team on paper, who plays the best at the time, who's hot at the time, you know, who's healthy, who's all that type of stuff, man. You guys get what I'm saying. So for a team to win 2 championships in 4 years, you people are being a little critical if you're calling that a failure. Now, obviously the first year against the Mavericks, people feel like they should have won. LeBron didn't play that well. You know, overall the Heat had the lead in the series and they blew it. You could say that, of course, but I mean, they were able to take down an OKC team that had Westbrook, Harden, Durant, and Ibaka on it. I mean, that's a pretty good victory. I mean, they were able to take down the Spurs with Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, come on now, that's pretty good. And then that Spurs team that they beat that had 4 future Hall of Fame players and a Hall of Fame coach, well, then they ended up coming back and getting the best of them when, you know, listen, at that point, I feel like the Heat's time had ran its course. The role players, I feel like, were extremely old at that point, and D-Wade was really battling with bad knees at that point. If you look at, you know, his minutes and games played and statistics from that season, you could really tell he was starting to drop off. Actually, even I think the season before that, or 2 seasons before that, he missed like half the season. Like he was in and out of the lineup. People think, you know, it was just like prime D-Wade was there. D-Wade was on the decline when the big three in Miami were together. Maybe that first year he was still like prime D-Wade. I think he averaged like 25 a game that year, but then after that he was averaging like 19 a game. And when we think of Dwyane Wade, we don't think of someone that averages less than 20 points per game, you know what I mean? So he definitely was battling with health concerns, but he did have big playoff performances, you know, during that 4-year run for sure in the NBA Finals and just, you know, throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs. So D-Wade definitely deserves his credit. I'm not discrediting it. All I'm saying is, you know, he was battling with injuries. So after those 4 years, you know, I think it was just time that, you know, the big three just decided, you know, LeBron left and then, you know, CB ended up having the health issues and stuff. D-Wade was going through the injury stuff, trying to get his knees and his legs back under him. There was a lot of factors along with the role players, as I said. So it was time for them to split up. But overall, to say that, you know, 2 championships in 4 years is anything but a success. I mean, I think any franchise, any player would take 2 chips in 4 years. So we got to give the Heat their credit. You guys can let me know down in the comments what you think. Were the Heat, the big 3 in Miami, were they a success or were they a failure? You guys let me know in the comments. But also wanted to mention my second channel. As you guys know, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, obviously you really support me. You're enjoying the videos. I'm going to be dropping my second channel's link in the description and in the comments, man. Make sure you guys go sub up over there. We have 10K subs over there. Make sure you guys keep spamming that sub button. Once my new green screen comes in, I'm going to be posting reactions over there weekly, maybe even daily, man. We might go crazy. Go sub up over there. Drop a like. Sub up if you're new. I'm out. Peace.